Of the Australian government, I would like to thank the former two speakers for their thrilling and engaging speeches, and I must reiterate the fact that this is an incredibly serious issue, and to stand up here and to mock the leaders who are engaged in this debate in any way is not something that I condone in the slightest. Thank you all for being here and hosting this event today. And it's no surprise that population growth has always been a part of Australia's history. We are a prosperous and free people that have come from many nations. We are blessed with a way of life and are abundant with natural resources that some countries can only dream about. We have built an economy with the capacity to employ infrastructure, to support, and a society that can embrace. We are a great nation. Pause. But we are also a young nation. Prolonged pause. And as we build on our foundations and continue to grow our economy, our services and our society, we must remember that our population will continue to grow. Through our growth, we must consider our greatest issue, the sustainability of Australia in comparison to the speed of our growth. As national leader, I acknowledge that sometimes the government must slow down, take a breath, weigh the evidence to make the right decision for the people. To this end, I support the sustainable growth of Australia's population. But in keeping with this, I must assert that we should support and continue to support the safe asylum of refugees, or correctly, the asylum seekers. As a nation built on immigration, we have long known the benefits that new arrivals bring, the contributions they can make, the diverse perspectives and experiences that they offer that enrich us all. The safe arrival and acceptance of asylum seekers and refugees of people in need is not only a basic human right, but it also contributes significantly to our national economic growth. With immigration comes the benefit of greater trade in the labour market and diversified skill sets. Other immigrant countries such as America, New Zealand and Canada have benefited enormously from high levels of immigration for both the new arrival and their nation. Surely it makes sense then to shape a system which, with the appropriate health and security considerations, allows new arrivals to contribute, which observes the principles that we would expect to be afforded ourselves, and which in doing so vindicates the faith placed on us as members of the international community by both those who seek our protection at the start of their perilous journey. Between 2010 and 2011, a total of 13,799 visas were granted under the humanitarian program. While this number might seem large to some, it in fact accounts for only 1.5% of the permanent immigrants given residency to Australia last year. Only 1.5%. Undoubtedly, the negative stigma surrounding asylum seekers on our shores is foreboding, but in reality, Australia receives less than 1% of the world's total refugees. Less than 1%. Between 2011 and 2012, asylum seekers who arrived by boat comprised less than 3% of Australia's total immigration intake. To give you some scale, that would take us 10 years to fill Suncorp Stadium at the present rates of arrival. Now, opposition to this government claimed that a turn back the boats policy is the only solution to this issue, and this claim is based on apparent historical evidence. But these claims are deceiving. After 2003, not one boat was turned back from Australia, and throughout the previous government's time in office, they turned back only 7 boats. For our country, immigration and what it can offer visitors to our country is immensely valuable, not only to us, but to the international community. But our reputation amongst the international community is at risk and is in turn affecting us as a country economically in many sectors. Last year we witnessed a 51% decline in student visa application lodged in our country. It is our intention to restore the generous and compassionate reputation of Australia amongst our international peers. By reforming our reputation amongst the international humanitarian community, Australia will once again be at a place where people want to live and travel to. This will allow large economic sectors such as education and tourism to continue to benefit and grow from our positive participation in the international community. Through this, we will move forward as a mature nation worthy of the respect of our peers. In line with this, we should move towards a more constructive approach to asylum seekers that enables the integration of contributing, functioning people into the life of the community, rather than shouldering the support of those damaged by the very system from which they sought help in the first place. To ensure this, we pledge to move towards onshore processing centres over the next 3 years for the processing and integration of refugees into the community. Not only does this government believe that this is the most morally and legally sound solution, but processing asylum seekers onshore using community-based placements and partnerships with NGOs would slash costs to taxpayers and provide good jobs for Australians. This will help to put a stop to the suffering associated with prolonged detention and ensure people who are ready to move and integrate successfully into the Australian community can do so. I stand before you, the people of Australia whose values are true and hearts are strong, and ask that we reflect and consider ourselves as people who embrace others in compassion, to uphold values of justice and to reach out a hand to those who are desperate and weak. And I implore you to support me and this government in our vision to help our neighbours, and in doing so create a long-term and sustainable solution to this asylum seekers in our country. Thank you.